The whole premise of the Community Hope Project is through human connection and those relationships you can create empowerment and creativity, and through that you can actually build a positive relationship.
CHP is sort of a broad, we have a very broad mission, and that's to essentially create conditions that, that foster hope and justice and health and connections and essentially human flourishing.
Community Hope Project focuses on furthering the ideas of like equality, justice, opportunity, and well-being.
Well, I had been thinking for many years in the context of my teaching and my activism and my work through the years of bringing people together in some way to do some good works that were related to connecting people across boundaries that we typically see, and social justice, all of the sort of my passions. And then I got a pen pal for my oldest daughter, and ended up developing a relationship with her and her family, and this young man in Sierra Leone who was helping to connect her. He would get her mail, and so as those relationships grew, I started to know more about not only that family but the whole community, and started wanting to do something for them, because that's the nature of relationships. You start to care about people. This is a community comprised of people who are mostly refugees from the Sierra Leonean Civil War. This is a community that's people are eating maybe once a day if they're lucky, and they're living on $2 or less a day, the usual. And their first priority was a school.
Amount of effort that they have to do to put their kids into school is so amazing. I mean, they are eating maybe once a day. They obviously don't have a lot of resources around, and yet, when you ask them what their first priority is, it's always send the kids to school, invest in the future.
Some of the projects we're working together on as an organization, the major one is the biosand water filtration project that we're implementing in Sierra Leone this summer. And some of the other projects we're working on are things like the microloan project. We're also working on creating a tailoring shop in Sierra Leone. We also have things like a community garden set up, solar panels there that are generating income for the community.
Everything that we do is driven by the community. None of this is us creating an idea and importing it into another environment and expecting people to adhere to our idea, and if anything fails, it's because they fail to adhere to the idea well enough.
The idea is not for us to keep sending resources, to keep sending money, because we can't do that. It's very hard work for us. We spent the last year and a half raising money to build the temporary structure and to try to support it, but it's not something that we can keep doing, and it's not something that's good for this community, because this community is filled with people who are strong and smart and capable, and they can start with some help to start. They will be able to start sustaining themselves.
So, as Indy said, now, something most of winners I
People were walking with a lighter step, like it had changed things, and it was like that there was such a sense of hope and possibility. And one of the things they were so shocked by was that people on the other side of the world would care about them.
And just that interest has been enough for them to kind of start seeing their own possibilities. Like, you give them enough money for school, they start to think, well, maybe we can form our own organization, maybe we can not just make a school for the children, but a school for the adults.
What we have inspired in them is a sense to work towards something. I think one of the biggest accomplishments was an indirect organization. They basically organized the the Hillcut Women's Organization all on their own.
What does it do for you? I think it changes lives, and I'm not just talking about the people who benefit in terms of their material conditions are improved. I think it transforms the people who are doing it.
Even though we might have grown up in different places in the world, we can still work together to better each other's lives and to help each other get the opportunities that we all need to better our community and better each other.
These kinds of projects or visits, or these are an opportunity for us to be connected to other people who are just as valuable, and love just as much, and grieve just as much, and we're all improved and nourished by that.
It's not just about doing good because you feel guilty about things, or it's more about, you know, learning from each other and making this world a place that we can all live in.